Let's tell you more about Boris Johnson, who has pulled out of a major conference looking at issues around levelling up in northern England. This was to have taken place in Doncaster, where our deputy political editor, Sam Coates, has been waiting patiently for us. And you can bring us some breaking news. What's going on, Sam?
That's right. The applause that you could hear, not for Boris Johnson, because he is in Kyiv. He has gone to Ukraine for his second meeting with President Zelenskyy. He travelled this morning, Number 10 saying that the news blackout was for security reasons, both for him and for President Zelenskyy. This is the second trip that Boris Johnson has made to Ukraine since the beginning of the war. He last went on April the 10th. President Zelenskyy spoke to Boris Johnson on Wednesday night. Then they talked about the shared determination to defeat Russia in this war. They talked about the big problem of food shortages that the blockade on grain was causing, and he talked about the need to step up military training. Here we are several months into this war, and the Russians continue to aggressively assault places in particularly in eastern Ukraine, and that war very far from over. Signs of stagnation in part of the Eastern Front, and it could go on for a very long time. Now, of course, you had European leaders, Mario Draghi and Olaf Scholz and President Macron, so France, Germany and Italy's premiers, all going there yesterday. You'll have seen the pictures of those leaders on a train heading there. Today, an announcement by the European Union that Ukraine is now on the path, as it were, to European Union membership, although it will take some years before it actually becomes a full member of the European Union. Boris Johnson never wanting to be outflanked by European Union leaders when it comes to Ukraine, therefore on his way to Kyiv this morning in order to meet with President Zelenskyy. I'm told that there are pictures on their way that will no doubt have been shot, I have to say, by staff of Boris Johnson. They're not letting journalists on these trips, so you get, as it were, handout photos very much presenting the picture that Boris Johnson wants, but they are coming very soon as Boris Johnson continues his attempt to reset. That reset didn't involve a potentially more tricky appearance today at the Northern Research Group's conference up here in Doncaster. They were expecting to hear from Boris Johnson about why he remains the man to win the Red Wall, why he is the man who can be trusted barely 2 weeks after that vote of no confidence where 148 Tory MPs said that they didn't trust him to take the party into the next election, and a number of quite tough policy demands from the head of the NRG, Jake Berry. But no answers on any of those. Instead, we're going to get some pictures delivered to us by Downing Street of Boris Johnson in Ukraine, coming shortly after he made his second trip to the embattled, war-torn country since the conflict began.